My name is Fombah Kanneh from Liberia. Since my participation to the Mandela Washington Fellowship, coming back into Africa and the African-based professional practicum, I've benefited a lot from the African-based professional practicum. Yes, I studied business and entrepreneurship at the University of Wisconsin style, but I was paired with a civil society organization called the National Movement for Transparent Elections. Now, it's a civil society organization sensitizing young people in Liberia to stop the issue of electoral violence. Working with NEMO as a civil society organization for 3 months, it has really helped me to know the geographical landscape of my own country and to know youth cutting issues. Because that's exactly what I wanted to do, to make a huge impact into the lives of others. Through this initiative for working with the Practicon and the organization called NEMO, they run a young political leadership school. So I'm interacting with young politicians as well as civil society organizations and seeing huge impact I'm making. So I'm not just a business-oriented person now. I'm more focused on giving back to civil society, to youth engagements. Because the leadership development plan has been a real personal initiative that have benefited a lot. Because through the leadership development plan, I discover myself deep down within. I run a campaign now called Leave No Child Behind, providing educational support to impoverished kids, and also interacting. That has been my dream to make so much impact into the lives of kids, because that's a feature of Africa. So personally, that's an initiative I benefited a lot from through the leadership development plan. And if I can appeal, I think I should focus more on the leadership development aspect of this. Because the leadership development aspect helps fellows to put a dream on paper and to implement their dreams. Not just putting it on paper, but to have a tangible timelines that you want to achieve this in 1 year, you want to achieve that in 2 years, 3 years, or 10 years from now. What exactly you want to see yourself. You can only do that through the professional leadership development plan. So personally as an individual, I benefited a lot. Now let's come on to the Regional Advisory Board. Oh yes, on the Regional Advisory Board, after this fellowship in the US, we have to work with RX and the fellows across Africa. Being a Regional Advisory Board member, I learned a lot, especially diversity. Working with over 500 young people is a huge challenge. But you got one thing crystal clear. Almost all of the 500 or 102 persons you're interacting with, you learn diversity. You learn social inclusion. You got to understand one thing crystal clear, that leadership is about serving people. And that's one thing I learned from the Regional Advisory Board, as being a RAB member, is to serve, to serve your fellows, to serve your colleagues. Wherever they want, whatever they want, you should be willing to be servant of humanity, servant of the people, and the choice of the people. Through the RAB, the Regional Advisory Board, the leadership or whatever networking I have there, I'm also implementing it into my own life, into my own organization, and into my country. Today, I'm more tolerant, I'm more focused, and I embrace the views of others. Even though if I respectfully disagree with them, I just have to accept the results, because that's their view. We all will not agree, but we have to agree to disagree. So I learned a lot on the Regional Advisory Board to respect the views of others, to be more tolerant, to be more focused, and to see a one Africa. The Africa that Mandela dreamed of, the Africa that Julius Nyerere dreamed of, to see that oneness, that networking. So I've learned a lot through the Regional Advisory Board after the practicum. It has been a huge and tremendous blessing from the practicum to the leadership development plan and the regional advisory board.